What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and we have got some crazy news coming out, you guys. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Now, take a look at this article. Just came out today. With the Delta variant surging, will there be a fourth stimulus check, you guys? And this is one of the discussions that's happening right now in Congress as they're working away on the largest stimulus package that we have seen so far at $3.5 trillion allocated towards spending. Will there be another stimulus check included? What provisions will be inside? What amounts will be allocated? We are yet to see, you guys, but yes, take a look at this. U.S. cases right now. This is nuts. As of yesterday, 280,000 new cases in the United States in one day alone, and the high that we saw before was 300,000. So we are almost at the highs that we had before, and it's not even the flu season yet. This is concerning to a lot of people as we're seeing this Delta variant spread, you guys. Now, even take a look at this. The U.S. travelers have dropped from the EU safe list as the pandemic cases surge, you guys. The European Union has said the United States right now is not safe. Crazy news, you guys, as we're seeing this pandemic continue to spread. Now, we're going to be seeing what's going to be included in the next stimulus package. Will we need more checks, more extensions of unemployment, more eviction moratorium extensions, all of these things that people are saying we need because they're saying we're still in the middle of this pandemic, you guys. Now, we're going to be seeing, but what we're hearing is that right now, Democrats, they can't agree on what's going to be in the next stimulus package. We've got Democrats fighting amongst themselves. They hold the majority, right? So they should be able to pass through reconciliation, whatever stimulus provisions they feel are necessary. Well, not quite. They've kind of broken up into two separate parts, moderates and progressives. And the moderates are saying we need less. Now, the leader among those moderates is none other than Senator Joe Manchin. And take a look at this article that just came out, you guys. Another one that's nuts. Joe Manchin faces protests from the left at home in West Virginia, you guys. We're hearing that West Virginians, where he's from, are coming out and protesting against Senator Joe Manchin, saying he is not standing up for the people and what it is that they want, you guys. Absolutely nuts. And also, budget reconciliation offers a new opportunity for paid family leave. People have been imagining this forever, experts say, you guys. I'm going to be sharing with you what they're saying is going to be included in this reconciliation package for this particular provision, you guys. And also, take a look at this. Pelosi backs a bill to expedite rental aid after eviction ruling, you guys. Now, as you recall, President Joe Biden and the CDC came out and they tried to extend out the eviction moratorium, and it was deemed unlawful by the Supreme Court. And now we're hearing Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, she's trying to speed up the process to get that eviction aid money out to people, as only 11% of rental aid assistance has been distributed throughout the U.S., you guys. So a lot of crazy news coming out today. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as of today, August 31st, 2021, as to what's going on, so you know what's happening right now today with stimulus and infrastructure, you guys. But before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you like and appreciate these updates, don't forget to take a second to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Just takes a second. Helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all this stuff. And also, if you think this is going to help out other people, be sure to share it out on social media platforms. Now, in addition to that, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, come join the viewing community, the Ram fam, we like to call it. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's by far the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions for me, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in so I can get you caught up on the latest as to what's going on today with stimulus and infrastructure. All right, you guys, so first up, link in the description below to this article that just came out yesterday that says Pelosi backs a bill to expedite the rental aid after eviction ruling, you guys. And what we've heard is that there's been about $46 billion that was allocated in the last two stimulus packages back in December and March. And here we are coming up on September, and only 11% of that has been allocated. There's still roughly over $40 billion that can go out to help people from getting evicted. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is throwing support behind legislation aiming to expedite federal rental aid to tenants and landlords, an issue that has taken on particular urgency for Democrats after a recent Supreme Court ruling that struck down the President Joe Biden's administration's eviction moratorium. Now, Pelosi on Monday lauded the efforts by House Financial Service Committee Chairwoman Maxine Waters in seeking to reform the nationwide emergency rental assistance program, as the state and local governments have been slow to distribute federal aid amid a housing crisis that has worsened amid the pandemic. And yes, as I mentioned, the first one that was passed actually by former President Donald Trump was back in December, and the second one was in March, and all of that money that was allocated, it's September now, we still have only seen about 11% of that. Now, in a Dear Colleague letter last week, Waters said that the legislation that she is working on and plans to present for markups on September 13th would require grantees to accept self-attestation of a tenant to provide assistance directly to tenants in certain circumstances. Now, Waters said that the forthcoming bill would also allow landlords directly to apply for back rent after providing notice to their tenants that they intend to apply, and instruct the Treasury Department and grantees to conduct additional outreach to prospect tenants and landlords, while also providing the Treasury with an additional $25 million to do so. Now, according to recent data released by the Treasury Department, almost 90% of the federal aid allocated to states and local governments has yet to be distributed, leaving roughly $40 billion from reaching those that are now living under the threat of eviction, you guys. So what we're hearing is they're saying we don't need to extend out the eviction moratorium. What we need to do is provide this rental aid that's already been allocated. This money has already been sent out. It's been budgeted for this, but it's just sitting there. And what happened was the federal government gave it to states. States gave it to counties and to cities, and there's all these programs, and it just has not been distributed yet. And there's a lot of people that don't know about this or have applied and are still waiting, and they're saying we need to expedite this process because there's people facing eviction, and there's all this money that we've already said that they should receive, you guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll be sure to keep you up to date on that. Now, as I mentioned, right now, Congress, they're working away on the next stimulus package, and we're going to be seeing a lot of proposals coming out, and we've already seen several that I've reported to you guys on stimulus checks, on a ton of other provisions. Well, here's one that just came out yesterday. Take a look at this. Budget reconciliation offers new opportunity for paid family leave. People have been imagining this forever, experts say. Now, the article says that earlier this month, Paid Leave for All wrapped up a 2-week nationwide campaign tour that included 10 states and 14 stops, and the goal was to raise awareness for paid family leave and medical leave for all working Americans. Now, these advocates see a rare window to get proposed changes through in the upcoming budget reconciliation, that $3.5 trillion stimulus package, you guys. Now, it says, once you start talking about raising taxes, though, to pay for the paid leave, then you start losing Republicans for the most part. Now, to be sure, the lead Democratic proposals that are on the table would come with a price tag. The Congressional Budget Office has estimated that the Family Act, which is what they're proposing right now, would cost $500 billion over the course of 10 years. Biden's proposal would cost about $225 billion, according to the administration's estimate, which has yet to be scored by the CBO. Now, much of the reasons for the wide discrepancy in cost is how fast those plans would phase in full coverage. Now, the Family Act, which is this one that's happening right now, would provide eligibility for 12 weeks of leave for any reason starting the year that it was implemented. Now, Biden's plan, however, would gradually ramp up eligibility to 12 weeks of leave over 10 years. Now, listen to this. 4 in 5 workers currently do not have access to paid family leave. Now, going into this budget reconciliation, paid family leave is going to be one of the Democrats' top priorities that they want to get included, you guys. So we're seeing proposals for this. And as I mentioned, we're going to be seeing what provisions, what proposals they want to include. People are going to be bringing their proposals and their bills. We've seen some for 4th stimulus checks, 4th and 5th stimulus checks, for monthly reoccurring checks, also for paid family leave, free child care, an extension of the child tax credit, adult tax credits. There's a ton of different provisions that they want to include. Now, right now, the stimulus package is budgeted for $3.5 trillion. Now, progressives, we've heard say they wanted to see $6 trillion, some up to $10 trillion. But the problem is that we've got moderate or centrist Democrats that are saying that is just way too much spending, and they want to bring it down. One of those leading is Joe Manchin. Take a look at this. Joe Manchin faces protests from the left at home in West Virginia. Democrats in his home state are protesting against his stances that he's taken, you guys. And as you'll recall, he actually shortened the unemployment federal benefits duration. Right now, they're going to be ending here September 6th. They should have been going out for over a month longer, but he was one of the ones that said that's too much spending. And he also said He doesn't want to provide that any longer as well, you guys. So right now, Democrats are not happy with Senator Joe Manchin, not even in his home state, you guys. And as I mentioned, will there be another forced stimulus check due to everything that's going on with the Delta variant? Well, you guys, I will be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. Right now, this article says it's not looking likely, but the way things are going, we will see, because with restrictions on travel, with more mask mandates, vaccine requirements, hopefully not more lockdowns, but with all these things taking place, we might need to see more stimulus provisions provided to help people get through this pandemic at this time. And you guys, I will be sure to keep you up to date. Now, right now, if anybody says, yes, there will be a stimulus check, or no, there absolutely will not be, I gotta be honest with you guys, right now, nobody knows for certain. Like I said, as we get closer to this stimulus package bill being turned into a law, things will change. We will see modifications, and literally days before it gets passed into law, it's not even a bill yet, they're just proposals. But once it's formulated into a bill, even in bill form, before it's signed by the president into law, it can get modified. And we've seen this before with the second stimulus check. It entered before passing into law, literally days before, you guys. So things can easily change, and I'll keep you up to date here on the channel. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. As always, if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a second to smash that like button. Really helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. And there's a lot happening. I will keep you up to date as more info rolls out. And you guys, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date. And if you got any specific questions, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That is by far the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll be sure to catch you in the next video. Remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, regular uploads and also random uploads throughout the day as news breaks. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.